Welcome back to the channel. So I am going to an appointment. It's VA related. So I'm going to take you guys on a short little ride and wanted to do a short video about a serious matter that hopefully can help somebody out there, and I will do my best not to make it too serious and keep it on the light side, but it is probably one of the most important things that you'll hear if this applies to you. Let's get this baby out there and hit the road. Let's get a little bit of a cold start. I did run the bike this morning a little bit, but it's been a few hours, so here we go. So, what am I talking about? I wanted to talk to you guys about a little bit of mental health. What do I mean by mental health? Trying to keep it light, I'm referring from the veteran that has been to combat, or the veteran that has some sort of, let's just say, stressful situation going on that they're working with, or a first responder, or a civilian that has had a specific experience in their life and they're dealing with some stuff, all the way down to the typical daily, everyday stressors of life. Okay, so we'll just leave it at that. That said, moving on. Riding motorcycles. I don't think I'm the first one to say this or to know this. Riding motorcycles is an amazing tool to just get your mind free, get out there and get some fresh air on two wheels, learn something about such an amazing community where there's motorcyclists all over the world, bikers all over the world, in any city you go into, from so many different walks of life, so many different riding styles, from sport bikes to cruisers, Harleys, Indians, you name it, any brand, guys. So I actually started on sport bikes, then I eventually moved to Harleys, and then I actually hung up the boots for a few years from riding motorcycles due to stressors at work and dealing with my job, let's just say at the time, had to do with me getting involved into being on the scene of crashes and fatalities and stuff like that. I had a new family at the time. My kids were very small. Needless to say, I wish I wouldn't have stopped riding at that time, but I did, and I spent a few years without riding. Then I finally got back to riding, got back on the sport bike scene, and eventually got back on Harley, and I'm here to stay. And riding motorcycles is just one more tool that you have out there that allows you to get your mind, take a break from just the everyday thing, whatever it is that you guys are working through. Now, going back to the veteran side, me myself being a veteran, I can tell you guys, look, it's in history. Veterans from all throughout history, from like after World War I, World War II, these guys were coming back and they were riding motorcycles together in groups and so on, etc. There's so many reasons for that. If you guys ride motorcycles, you know exactly what I'm referring to. And if you don't ride motorcycles, maybe there's something else that you have used in your life as a hobby to get away and take a break of things whenever you need to. Fishing, specific sport, working out, that's another thing that I do. I do my best to take care of my diet. I not always did that, but I do really damn well on that. Between that, my family, the gym, and writing, again, and now creating content on the motorcycle side. It's using your creativity, and between that and riding motorcycles, I'm telling you, I mean, we all go through things all the time, but all I have to do is just start the bike, go out for a short ride, and it's like starting fresh, starting all over again. Now, I know some of you out there are gonna say riding motorcycles is dangerous, especially if you don't ride. And I know it is. So is driving a car, and I mean, shit. So is being a veteran and going overseas, especially, or especially if you go to combat, if that's what your job entails. But here we are. So that is definitely a decision that you have to make. Don't let anybody talk to you into riding a bike, because there is dangers attached to it, just like many things in life. So, but if you do make that decision, I assure you, 9 out of 10 times, probably even higher than that, you won't regret it. And it's one of those things that you can never go back. I mean, you have the adrenaline, the peace of mind. It's an activity that just demands all your attention while you're doing it. So it helps even more to just free your mind from anything else that might be stressing you out at the moment, because your senses are now taking care of this machine on two wheels and getting some fresh air out there. Again, if you guys ride, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, I'm sure there's plenty of videos that you maybe have come across, or people that you have met who ride or are in motorcycle scene, and I'm sure this is not the first time you heard this. None of those people, I think, ever regret riding, and as long as you do it in a safe manner, as much as possible, man, it's one of the greatest things out there to do, for sure. It's definitely one of the good tools to have in your toolbox to manage your happiness levels and just staying on track, man, besides anything else you may be going through. So just keep that in mind. All right, so you don't know how to ride a motorcycle, you've never been on one before, no problem, don't worry about it, just get on one and you'll see. Just kidding, don't do that. Look, there's many schools out there that you will learn how to ride a motorcycle basically in like 2 days. If you go to any Harley Davidson dealer, they'll usually have a school, or they'll guide you through the school that they send their clients through. So you could find a school easily like that. Some community colleges or schools have riding classes, motorcycle classes, to get your endorsement through there as well too. And I myself went to one on a military base in 2006 in California when I lived there. So if you're a veteran or active duty or whatnot, and you have access to that, you can look for a riding school through a base as well. Then whenever you go to whatever course you go to, you just take that certificate of completion to your local DMV, and you add your endorsement to your license, and you're ready to go. They're usually a 2-day class on a weekend most of the time. By the time you finish your day one, you will already feel pretty confident on a motorcycle, and definitely on your way to telling yourself that you know how to ride a motorcycle. And by the time you finish day 2 in the afternoon and you get that certificate, I'm telling you, you will feel like you know how to ride. Other than that, you just got to get at that point whatever you learn in the class and put it to use out on the road and in traffic as safe as possible, taking your time, no rush. Always ride when you're beginning with ideally experienced riders that are not going to get you to go faster than you're ready for at that time. So keep that in mind, and you'll get better with time. And with time, you will also learn what style of riding you like the most, or which one you want to partake the most on, or which type of motorcycle you like the most. It could be a venture bike and going off-road, or dirt bikes and going on off-road and on-road, or cruisers and travel the country, or sport bikes and do a little bit of more spirited riding and going to the track or whatnot. You'll figure that out. That's going to be up to you. You have to learn how to ride first. Point of the video is don't forget that riding a motorcycle, it is another tool you can use as a positive thing. It's a positive tool to help yourself, or maybe you know somebody that is dealing with some stuff and they've thought about maybe riding a motorcycle, or they're looking for a new activity that they can embark on to help them deal with whatever it is that they're dealing with. Well, share this video with them, or at least the content that you heard from this video, and maybe they've never heard of it, and maybe it's a decision that they want to make, and if they do, and they do it in a safe manner, I assure you they won't regret it, or you yourself. Other than that, thank you for watching the video, and share, like, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the rest of the build. We just got started on this 2019 Harley-Davidson Street Bob, and we have parts in the mail already, and we have many parts and many miles to put on it. So see you guys on the next video.